great house at Collinwood, in the dark and frightening world of parallel time. On this night, Angelique has been destroyed, but the evil she was responsible for has not ended. Quentin Collins still stands accused of murder. The one person who can save him, Julia Hoffman, has disappeared mysteriously. Barnabas and Maggie have reluctantly concluded that Julia is dead. They have decided to close and lock the doors of the great house, unaware that there is still one person in it.
Who will ever light this light? Who will ever live here again? Barnabas, you're thinking of Julia, aren't you?
Yes.
But you do believe Roxanne?
Yes.
Barnabas, all these years of Collinwood are over. For all of us.
Barnabas Collins is. Why won't you admit it?
I will tell you nothing.
You will tell me if I have to throttle the life out of you. Those are the marks of a vampire. Barnabas made them, didn't he?
No!
Who else could have made them? Now tell me before I lose all patience.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
If only Angelique could hear that, how it would delight her. But she will know it in due time.
What do you mean?
The world hasn't heard the last of Angelique. Restored her to life before, and I will again, with your help.
I won't help you. I'll never go through that again. I'm not the same person as I was the first time you used me. Barnabas has changed me.
Your devotion to Barnabas will vanish as soon as he is gone.
Gone?
There are many ways to kill vampires. I don't know yet which one I'll use, but I will know before the dawn comes.
No! You'll never harm him!
Your future is with me, not Barnabas. In a few hours, you'll forget he ever existed.
No, please! I'll do anything you want! Just leave him alone!
Stay there, my dear. I'll return for you when I need you.
You can stay here as long as you like.
Thank you, Barnabas, but I think I'll move to the inn tomorrow. I'll be closer to Quentin.
Of course. Why don't you try to get some rest now?
I know I'd never be able to sleep. Everything seems so useless now.
I know. Well, the autopsy may help Quentin. If Inspector Hamilton can discover that Alexis is really Angelique, well, he may be more likely to believe the rest of our story.
How soon will we know?
Well, he's preparing for the autopsy now. I can't get over the fact that Julia's gone. I'll never forgive myself for letting her stay here.
Stay here? What do you mean?
Oh, of course, you wouldn't understand. Perhaps I'll tell you someday.
It'd be the supreme irony, wouldn't it? If Quentin were to be freed by Hoffman, of all people.
Good Lord. What a fool I've been.
What do you mean?
The scarf belongs to Hoffman. It's Hoffman who is dead. Julia may still be alive.
Barnabas, what are you talking about?
Well, of course you wouldn't understand. And there's no time to tell you now. You simply must take my word and listen to what I have to say. There's still the possibility that Julia's alive. Listen to me. Don't try to understand. Now go upstairs, and at the end of the corridor, you'll find a closet. In the back of that closet, you'll find a suitcase with some women's clothes in it. Bring it down here and wait for me.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get Roxanne. If Julia's still alive, it's possible that she'll be able to find her. Roxanne, are you here?
Barnabas!
Roxanne.
Oh, Barnabas, you're all right.
Yes, of course. But what happened to you? Who locked you in there?
Stokes. He came here, Barnabas, and he knows all about you. He forced me to tell him I didn't want to.
It's all right, Roxanne.
No, it's not all right. He's out looking for you now. He plans to kill you.
I'll find him later. But, Roxanne, I made a terrible mistake. There's still a chance that Julia is alive. Now, I'm going to take you over to the old house, and I'm going to let you take an article that belonged to a Dr. Julia Hoffman.
Dr. Hoffman?
Yes, I'll explain it to you on the way over. There's no time now. Come, hurry. I'm going to let Roxanne look at these things. Now, I'll let you select. You can take any article of clothing you like.
I think I'll take the brooch.
Do you see anything?
Something is taking shape.
What is it?
It's not clear yet. It's taking form very slowly.
Tell me what it is.
It is a room. A very small room without windows.
But where?
I've never seen it before. It's dark, cold. There's someone there.
Who, Roxanne? Who is there?
A woman.
Do you recognize her?
It can't be.
What, Roxanne? Tell her.
It's the same face I saw before. Only now she's alive.
Same face, but not the same woman. Can you lead us to her?
Yes. Her eyes are open. Moving.
Then lead us to her. We will follow you.
I think I can find the room.
I must stay awake. There may still be a chance. Oh, I must not fall asleep.
Julia is in this house. We must almost abandon her. Now lead us to where you think she is.
She is here.
Where?
Very close by.
You sure?
I can feel her presence.
Julia, it's Barnabas. Can you hear me? Julia! Julia, can you hear me? Is it possible you made a mistake?
I don't know. I can still feel her presence.
Barnabas! There's a door over there. Perhaps it leads to a corridor behind those walls.
Let's try it.
Barnabas, listen.
It's behind this wall over here. Julia! Julia!
Barnabas! Oh, Barnabas, is it you?
Yes! Thank God you're alive. How did we get in there?
I don't know. There's a lever there somewhere. I didn't know if it was day or night. And then I really became frightened when Angelique stopped coming there, because then I realized that something must have happened to her, and I was terrified that no one would ever find me.
Did Angelique admit that she killed Bruno?
Yes, and the doll with Bruno's ascot in it is in a drawer in her room. Barnabas, we've got to go and get it and give it to the police.
No, we better let the police discover it for themselves.
Hello? Yes, just a moment. It's Inspector Hamilton. He wants to speak to you, Barnabas.
Yes, Inspector. I see. Yes, I'll tell Mrs. Collins at once. Tell me, what is Quentin's status now? I see. Well, I also have some news. Yes, Julia Hoffman's been discovered. Yes, just as soon as possible. Goodbye, Inspector.
What is it, Barnabas?
It's been proven beyond a doubt that Ask Alexis is actually Angelique.
Then Quentin is free!
Well, not yet. They still have to question Julia. But Quentin has requested that Angelique be cremated. And as soon as that is done, then, Roxanne, you will be free of Stokes. He will have no further use for you. Well, they're waiting to see you. Do you feel up to it?
Yes, I think it's important that we get it all over with. Yes, come, let's go at once.
Perhaps you better come in.
No, there is no need now. The police know everything I could tell them. Barnabas, I don't want to remember, but what Claude made me do, please.
Of course, my love.
Your benefactor came to your rescue.
What are you doing here?
Now, don't be frightened. I have every reason not to harm you.
And I imagine you'll be interested to know that your plans are going to change soon.
What does that mean?
The police have discovered the truth about Angelique, and Quentin Collins has instructed them to cremate her body.
I don't believe that.
You'll never be able to bring her back again.
Barnabas Collins. He's to blame. He's done nothing but interfere since he arrived. If he hadn't come here, I would have succeeded. Now I've failed. And I won't go quietly. I'll have my revenge before I go. Revenge on Barnabas and Quentin and... I'll have my revenge!
Touch me and I'll kill you, I swear it!
Very well, my dear. I'll save you for the last. But first I'll give you the pleasure of viewing the dead, disintegrating body of Barnabas Collins.
Who's there?
It's only me, Roxanne. Why are you so frightened?
Stokes came here
Stokes. When?
about a half an hour ago. I had to use this to defend myself.
He threatened you.
Oh, I made the mistake of telling him about Angelique's body. He was in a rage. He promised to take revenge against you.
It's too late for his revenge now. I will get to him before dawn.
What happened in town?
Quentin is cleared. He and Julia had to stay on. They're going to talk further with the authorities.
Hello?
Oh, Barnabas. Hello. I'm terribly sorry. We'll be here at least another hour.
Has anything gone wrong?
No, but Quentin and I are both waiting to make our final depositions. I wanted you to know that Maggie will be back there before we will. Quentin didn't see any need for her to wait here.
I should have stayed with her until I was ready to go.
Oh, no, you had no way of knowing. We'll be here about another hour or two, and then we'll be back.
All right. We'll be waiting for her. Maggie's coming back. I'll wait for her here. And then I will deal with Stokes.
There is no longer a first Mrs. Quentin Collins. Soon there will be no second.